Hey, I'm Nancy Cavey, National ERISA and Individual Disability Attorney. Welcome to Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I've got to give you a legal disclaimer. This podcast is not legal advice. The Florida Bar Association says I have to say this. Well, now I've said it, but nothing will ever prevent me from giving you an easy-to-understand overview of the disability insurance world, the games that carriers play, and what you need to know to get the disability benefits you deserve. Today, I'm going to talk about the carrier's right to offsets, their right to offset VA benefits, Social Security retirement benefits, and rollover distributions of IRAs. So why am I going to talk about this? Because these are the kinds of common questions I get all the time from people who are on disability benefits questioning why there is an offset or a reduction and what, if anything, they can do about it. So we're going to start off by answering the question, can a disability carrier reduce long-term disability benefits by VA benefits that the policyholder was getting before the disability insurance claim was filed? I'm going to talk about how the court approved a disability carrier's reduction of a quadriplegic's benefits by a rollover distribution of an IRA. I'm going to talk about how a carrier like Aetna might be able to deduct Social Security retirement benefits from your ERISA long-term disability benefits. And lastly, I'm going to talk about a federal judge who called out a disabled policyholder who refused to give the disability insurance plan information to calculate the offset of settlement monies. Got it? Well, let's take a quick break before we get into this episode.
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind from your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claim process. Request your free copy of the book at caveylaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. Let's talk about whether or not a disability carrier can reduce long-term disability benefits by VA benefits a policyholder was getting before the disability insurance claim was filed. Unfortunately, there's no easy answer to this question, and the answer will depend on the language of the disability plan or policy. So if you're in this situation, I want you to get out your disability policy or plan and look for what's called the definition of other income. In the case of Anderson versus Hartford Life, the plan said that Hartford could deduct other income benefits from the long-term disability benefits, and it specifically included VA benefits. Now, ultimately, the court said that Hartford was allowed to deduct those VA benefits Anderson was getting before he became disabled, but only to the amount of any increase in the benefit attributable to the disability that was the basis of the disability insurance claim. So how did this work? Well, let's do a little math. As Anderson's VA benefits increased over time from $1,888.46 per month to $3,329.03 per month, Hartford paid less in long-term disability benefits. Now, Anderson argued that this increase in benefits was due to his depression and not to his prior back injury. And Hartford said, look, the depression that he's suffering from relates to his combined back condition and the depression. And that depression is related to the back condition, and it's all offsettable. It's a little bit like the elbows connected to the shoulder type thing. And so what the disability carrier did was say, look, we think that everything that happened to you after this accident or this injury is causally related to the disability that we're paying benefits for. So if you develop depression after, we want to make sure that we get our fair share, if you will, of the increase in your VA benefits. Now, what did the court do? Well, the court said, look, the broad terms of the policy allowed for the offset for the increased benefits, and the disability carrier had the discretion or the ability to determine what part of any increase was attributable to the disability. The court said, look, our hands are tied based on that arbitrary and capricious standard of review, and we can't substitute the judgment of the disability carrier or their interpretation of this clause. So you, unfortunately, Mr. Anderson, are on the wrong side of this financial stick. As a result, you can see that policy and plan language can matter. It can take away your valuable ERISA disability benefits. So if you have any questions about the VA offset, we need to start with the policy and the plan language and then go to the facts of your specific case. Got it? All right. In the next segment, I'm going to talk about how a court approved a disability carrier's reduction of a quadriplegic's benefits by a rollover distribution of an IRA. Let's take a quick break before we head into this next section.